patients at a time from Lauderdale, Florida. Mr. Rosenfeld, thank you for your willingness to come to Michigan.
I appreciate coming to the great state of Michigan. My name is Rosenfeld, and I am the longest surviving federal medical marijuana patient in the United States. There are 5 patients currently in the country, and that will only be 5 because the Bush administration shut the program down in '92. I have a severe bone disorder called multiple congenital cartilaginous exostosis and a variant of syndrome pseudo-hypoparathyroidism. Now this causes bone tumors to grow outwardly all throughout my body, growing into the muscles and into the veins. As a teenager, I had many operations, I was using all kinds of drugs, and I was an advocate against marijuana in the late 60s. Why would a healthy patient, a healthy person, use an illegal drug when here I would hold up my baggie with all the prescriptions and say, look at me, look what I have to take, be thankful you're healthy. Went to college in Miami in '71, and there, because of peer pressure, I tried marijuana. And it did nothing to me. I didn't get high, it did nothing. People around me were getting high, I thought they were self-inducing it. About the 10th time I did it, I sat and played a game of chess for 30 minutes, and I hate chess. And as you see, I have trouble sitting. And I sat for 30 minutes, which was the first time in 5 years I did that. Now, I had morphine, I had Quaalude, I had Valium, you name the prescription I had it prescribed. And it dawned on me, I hadn't taken a pill for like 6 hours. Well, then why could I sit for the first time in 5 years? And then they passed me the garbage, marijuana. To me, that's all it was, pure garbage. That's the only thing I did differently, was this garbage. Well, I've got an analytical mind. My family's in medicine. My great uncle was head of pediatrics at Johns Hopkins. My uncle taught pediatrics at Yale. My sister was head of nuclear medicine at Duke. Here's the garbage that might have medical value. So we researched it. And lo and behold, guess what? Marijuana was used in this country from 1860 to 1937. It was manufactured by Eli Lilly, Merck, all the major pharmaceutical companies. It was used for myriad of disorders, prevalently for muscle relaxant, anti-inflammatory, and for pain. I said, voila, that's just what it's doing for me, and I'm not getting high from it. I've got to have this. Well, the federal government outlawed it. Well, then you mean I have to take on the federal government to get the medicine I need? My doctor can prescribe morphine to me, but he can't give me marijuana? Well, that's the way it is. So that's what I did, because I didn't like being labeled a criminal. So I took on the federal government. Okay, it took me 10 years, but in 1982, I won. And I am now using this medicine legally under the federal government for now starting my 25th year. I've used marijuana, 10 to 12 marijuana cigarettes a day, for 35 years. Now, I'm married. I've been married for 33 years. I'm a stockbroker. I handle millions of dollars on a daily basis. All my clients know that I use medical cannabis. They applaud the fact that I took time off from work to come here and hopefully educate the people in Michigan. That this is not the hysteria people make it out to be. Now you ask, has FDA done any studies? Well, they've given me this marijuana for 25 years almost. Have they done any studies on me? No. Because they don't want to know how well it works. Myself and 3 of the other federal patients had a complete evaluation done privately in Montana 5 years ago. They did brainwave testing, IQ testing, respiratory, blood work, you name it. We tried to look at everything aspect to see what harm this had caused us. Because again, when you have a debilitating disease that you didn't ask for, we did believe what the government's rhetoric was saying. This could harm us. But we've harmed so much to begin with, but the benefits would outweigh any harm possibly. Well, so we did this testing, assuming that we found some problems. Well, guess what? All 4 of us were just perfectly fine. So now the federal government says, well, you know, you're an anomaly. You're the only 4 people in the government, in the country, that marijuana wouldn't harm, but anyone else it would harm. Well, you know something? That's just not the case. They don't want to debate us. They don't want to study us. They don't want to know, and that's sad. Because there are people in this country that are sick and didn't ask for it. They didn't wake up in the morning, and your brother didn't wake up and say, well, you know, if I could just catch AIDS, then maybe I could use marijuana to take away nausea from my chemotherapy, for the AIDS wasting away syndrome. Or somebody says, gee, if I could just get cancer, then doing the chemotherapy, I could get marijuana and take away the nausea. Nobody asked for it. But yet they also don't ask to be labeled a criminal. And that's what's happening in this country. That's what's happening. So what's this is, I'm legal, okay? I can go anywhere in the United States and U.S. territories, and I am not breaking any law. I'm a federal patient. I'm using marijuana. I'm legal. But that woman, I don't know, she's a criminal.